Welcome to Reworded English. Today, we are going to read an article about how expensive it is to go to Disneyland and how many people feel like they have wasted their money there. And remember, captions are available if you need them. Reading while listening helps your brain connect spoken and written English. So let's read. Survey declares Disneyland the biggest ripoff in California. Survey. So let's look at the synonyms for survey here. Study, poll, questionnaire, analysis, or research. So a survey is when they ask people what they think about something. And many of them said that Disneyland was a ripoff, a waste of money. Declares, we can say states, says, claims, or asserts, okay? Disneyland, the biggest. Now, biggest here, the synonym is worst, which means most bad. The antonyms are best and greatest. Ripoff, you can say waste of money, scam, swindle, or grift. Now, the antonyms for ripoff would be bargain, steal, like if you get good value, you get a steal, deal, or value. In California. So let's read. A recent survey used Google Trends and TripAdvisor to find the most overpriced tourist attractions. Researchers analyzed online reviews and asked 5,000 Americans which places weren't worth the money. Both Disneyland and Disney World ranked as the worst value due to high prices and long wait times. So let's come back and talk. So recent is something that is new, like the recent iPhone is the iPhone 16. You can say new or current. So survey, it is in green because we talked about it here, okay? Used or utilized Google Trends and TripAdvisor to find. So find, you can say track down, find out, or figure out. The most, now the antonym of most here is least, overpriced. So let's look at the synonyms first. We can say costly or expensive. Now the antonyms are here, cheap, affordable, reasonable, and budget-friendly. These would be the antonyms. Tourist or traveler, attractions. And just to talk about this a little, a tourist can be a traveler. That is why I wrote it in pink. In the story tourist, it might be better just to say customer. But let's keep going for now. So attractions are places that you should go. Destinations, must-sees, or hotspots. So if you go to America, maybe you want to go to the White House or Disneyland, or maybe even Mount Rushmore. Okay, these are all attractions for tourists to go see. Researchers or data analysts analyzed, see that's the verb for analyst. So analyzed, looked at, checked, researched, assessed, or reviewed. Online, and online is about internet. Reviews is the noun here. You can say critiques. So here you had the verb reviewed. We try not to do this too much in English though. We don't really want to read researchers reviewed online reviews. So that's why it's good to use a different word here. Okay, so reviews, the synonym is critiques, and asked, questioned, polled, surveyed, interviewed. These are all verbs here. 5,000 Americans. Now, Americans, you can say United States citizens, or I could just say American citizens. Which places, businesses, or companies weren't worth the money? So this is underlined because I reworded it, and this I will try to do a lot in my news stories. Let's come back here. Americans, which places, and then you just read through, were the biggest ripoffs. Now remember, ripoffs are wastes of money, right? So let's come back here again. Americans, which places ripped off their customers the most? Or Americans, which places they thought of as the biggest scams. So any of these can replace the underlined portion I have here, okay? Both Disneyland and Disney World is in Florida, ranked. So ranked, we can say are ranked as, are seen as, or are viewed as. And I'm using my be verb are because I'm talking about two places, Disneyland and Disney World. If I was just talking about Disneyland, I would say Disneyland is ranked as, okay? So try to remember that with your grammar. So as the worst, now worst, we can say antonym best, antonym greatest, but you can see I underlined worst value and I reworded this too. Both Disneyland and Disney World ranked as the biggest ripoffs or ranked as the least worthy due to, because of, or as a result of, high, the antonym is low, prices. So prices, you can say costs or fees. And long, the antonym is short, wait times. The wait times are the queues. These are the times that you have to stand in line waiting to go to the different places there. And trust me, if you go to California, you are going to stand in line a long time. There are many people there. Paragraph 2. A single-day ticket to Disneyland starts at $104, but that's just the beginning. Visitors spend around $70 per person on food and drinks, while parking costs $35 per day. Souvenirs aren't cheap either. Mickey Mouse ears sell for $34, and t-shirts start at $30. Okay, let's come here. A single day. Now, single day means one day. Single means one. Ticket or pass to Disneyland. But you can see I reworded this, so let's come here. Getting a ticket for one day at Disneyland starts at $104. Or getting a ticket for a single day at Disneyland starts at. Now, starts at, we can say costs is or is priced at $104. So that's not even the VIP tickets. VIP tickets will be more expensive, maybe double, maybe like $208. But, or however, that's just only simply merely the beginning or the start, because you have to pay for more things. Visitors, now visitors here, we can say customers or guests spend. So the synonyms for spend are shell out, or we can say fork over. Now the antonym is waste. Around, about, or approximately $70 per person. But this I reworded. Come back here. Every visitor spends around $70 on food. See how much shorter that is? So food, we can say meals or cuisine. These are some good vocabulary words to remember for food. And drinks. This is a noun, so you can say beverages or refreshments. While parking costs or is $35 per day. Now, just these two words here, per day, we can say every day, each day, or we can use this adjective, daily. But you can see this is reworded too. Come back here to while. While it cost $35 for daily parking. Or we can say while parking your car is $35 per day. So these are three different ways to say the same sentence. Souvenirs, and we will talk about souvenirs, it's like something you buy on a trip, like the Mickey Mouse ears, or t-shirts, something you buy from a place and take home with you. So souvenirs, the synonyms are merchandise, products, or goods. Aren't cheap either. Now cheap is in green because we already talked about the antonym earlier, expensive or costly. But this has been reworded. Start here. Souvenirs are also expensive, are also costly. Okay? Or we can say souvenirs burn a hole through their wallets too, or as well. See, also, to, and as well, these are all synonyms, but you have to use them in different places. Normally, to and as well go at the end of the sentence, okay? So souvenirs burn a hole through their wallets too. This is an idiom we use in English when you're spending more money than you need to on things. Like if you go to Disneyland, you might spend $5 on one bottle of water, but normally a bottle of water is like $1, okay? Mickey Mouse ears sell or are sold for $34, and t-shirts start at $30. Pretty expensive, guys. Paragraph 3, last paragraph. Even with these high costs, guests often spend much of their visit waiting in line. Popular rides can have wait times ranging from 5 minutes to over an hour, making it difficult to experience everything. Many visitors leave feeling that the price isn't worth it. All right, let's kill this story. Even with these high costs, guests often, usually or typically, the antonyms are seldom and rarely, spend much or a lot of their visit. And visit, you can just say time there. Waiting in line. So waiting in line, we can just use one word, queuing. You spend a lot of time there just standing and waiting. Popular or well-liked, and that should be a big W, because it's the first word in the sentence. Popular rides. Now rides, I wrote some examples in pink. Roller coasters, Ferris wheels, and carousels. These are all different rides that you can experience at Disneyland. Popular rides can have wait times or queues ranging from, or we can say, popular rides can have wait times which can be 5 minutes to over or more than an hour, making it difficult. So difficult, hard, tough, challenging. The antonyms I wrote under the word. Easy, simple, or manageable to experience. And experience here, it means the things that you will see or do at Disneyland. So difficult to experience everything. You probably can't do everything because you're waiting in line so much. Many, the synonyms are lots of, tons of, a lot of, a ton of, or numerous. The antonym here would be a few. We would say a few visitors. So many visitors leave feeling that the price isn't worth it. Or we can say many visitors leave with a feeling of buyer's remorse, which is a feeling when you regret what you bought, like you paid too much money for it and you feel like you wasted your money. Or we can say many visitors feel like they've wasted their money when they leave because they spend so much and they get to do so little. So, have any of you been to Disneyland, and what do you think about the costs? Thank you for reading with me, and I'll see you next time.